Atlantic Broadband Cable, in cooperation with the South Union Township Supervisors, presents the South Union Township Sports Network. Today via tape delay from Biener Baseball Field here in Hutchinson. It's HARC Little League Baseball time. Hello, everybody. I'm Nick Barczyk alongside Jerry Dupay, and we welcome you aboard for this evening's game. South Union Township Sports Network coverage is brought to you as a joint cooperative venture featuring Township Supervisors Bob Schiffbauer, Rick Vernon, and Jason Scott, Atlantic Broadband Cable, Armstrong Cable, and our friends at CUTV, Gary Smith and his fine staff. Once again, I'm Nick Barczyk alongside Jerry Dupay. We'll be back with the first pitch and the starting lineups after this on the South Union Township Sports Network.
The Fayette Furnace Company, established in 1920 with over 100 years of combined experience in the industry. They are employee-owned and operated. They take pride in solving your home heating and air conditioning needs. They are the area's oldest and most reliable HVAC contractor. They specialize in creating quality energy-saving comfort for your home by using the most advanced technology in the industry. Along with the Carrier Corporation, Fayette Furnace can put together a system to improve your comfort, save you money on energy consumption, and improve any deficiencies in your existing system. They specialize in green speed inverter technology and split systems, ductless split units, zoning, radiant heat, boilers, hot water tanks, tankless water heaters, and many more applications. Call the Fayette Furnace Company today at 724-438-5400. That's 724-438-5400. Ask for Mike to schedule a free consultation.
Welcome back. Little League Baseball time. First pitch coming up in just a few moments. HARC Little League Baseball action from Biener Field here in Hutchinson. Nick Barczyk and Jerry Dupay alongside as the sun is setting. Lights are turned on for some late night baseball action. In this Little League matchup, pits the Angels and the Blue Jays against each other. Blue Jays the visitors. They will be batting first. We'll set the lineup for them. The Blue Jays. Coming up and leading off is shortstop Ethan Koffler, number 2 hole. The catcher Sevi Vecchiola. Second baseman Chaz Lambie hits third for the Jays, followed by pitcher Nico Vecchiola. Shane Layton, the first baseman, hits fifth. The number 6 spot center fielder for the Jays, Eric Townsend. Evan McGee hits seventh. He's the third baseman. Ryan Kiefover, left fielder, number 8 in the batting order. Evan Vecchiola will be the 9th batter, play right field in the DH for the first half of the game. We'll switch off with Evan Vecchiola later on and play right field, but for now the DH, number 10 in the batting order, Matt Shortfigure, a call-up player. For the Blue Jays, for the Angels, they will play defense first. We'll set their defensive lineup. For the Angels, it'll be Grant Scala in left field, and center field Ian Hamilton, right fielder Nathan Pegg. Brian Andrews plays third at shortstop. Carter Rosendale, C.J. Gaskett second. Scotchelak at first. That would be John Scotchelak. The pitcher is Grayson Jarrett, and the catcher is Butler. That would be Ethan Butler. So the battery of Jarrett Butler working for the Angels as we get this one underway. Doug Sepik behind the plate for this game. Michael Giacchetti on the bases. The umpiring crew, the men in blue, for this contest between the Angels and the Blue Jays. Jays in their blues trimmed with white. Angels in their red trimmed with white. Gray pants each side. We're set to go. Ethan Koffler, the first batter. And once again on the mound for the Angels is Grayson Jarrett. New fresh baseball thrown in. We're ready for play. Right-hander Jarrett will now climb on top of the rubber and throw to Ethan Koffler. Koffler, Sevi Vecchiola, and Lambie to begin the first inning. Kicking the come home. First pitch of the ball game is up and in for ball one. Here's the 1-0. Swing and a miss, 1-1. Good cut by Koffler. Koffler, the shortstop for the Jays, stands in that right-hand hitter's batter's box. The 1-1. Up and in, 2-1. Pleasant night for baseball. Jerry and I talking off the air before the game. The grass in the outfield looks spectacular. Golf course green out there. Calm waters in the lake beyond the outfield fence. That one in the dirt to the backstop. 3-1 to Koffler. Sevi Vecchiola waits on deck. Then Chaz Lambie. Jarrett ready with the 3-1. That one finds the strike zone. The count now full at 3-2. And a battle to begin the game between Grayson Jarrett and Ethan Koffler. The kick and the come home, the 3-2. Fouled off to the backstop, still full. Ethan Butler off to get it. Now we're set to go again, the 3-2. This one grounded back to the pitcher and past the pitcher to the shortstop. Rosendale on to first for the out. Good play there by Carter Rosendale. That one hit the glove of the pitcher, Jarrett. Rolled to Rosendale over to first for the out. 1-6-3 in the scorecard. And one away to begin the top half of the first. The batter is the catcher, Sevi Vecchiola. One of three Vecchiolas in the Blue Jays lineup. Right-hand hitter. One out, nobody on. Jarrett looks in the pitch. Finds the strike zone right at the knees, 0-1. Chaz Lambie, third baseman on deck for the Jays. Jarrett kicks and comes home, the 0-1. Outside, 1-1. One coming. That one low, 2-1. Good battle by Koffler, the first batter of the game, a 3-2 count, then he grounded up the middle, a 1-6-3 putout. Now the batter, Vecchiola, hits that one in the air to right center. That's going to drop for a base hit. Coming in as the right fielder for the Angels to grab that one, Nathan Pegg. And it's a one-out single to right center for Sevi Vecchiola. First base runner, first hit of the ball game. That brings up second baseman Chaz Lambie. One on, one out. The pitch from Jarrett to Lambie. Kicks and comes home. That one down in the zone, but finds the strike zone, according to the home plate umpire, Doug Sepik. Snap throw down to first. Back in time. Sliding headfirst safely was Sevi. First baseman Skochelak, John Skochelak, taking the throw from the catcher Butler. That one a cut and a miss. 0-2 now to Lambie. To Lambie from Jarrett. That one low, 1-2, and heading down to second is Vecchiola. Butler up with it, but no throw. And Sevi Vecchiola nabs second. Jarrett kicks and comes home to Lambie. The two-strike pitch on the way, and this one popped up down the left field line. That's a fair ball. Shortstop over to get it. Runs past the ball, and heading down to third is Vecchiola. That'll be a single with one out and now two on for Lambie. Little blooper to left field as runners at the corners and one out for the cleanup hitting pitcher, Nico Vecchiola. So first and third, one out for the Jays. Vecchiola, the cleanup man, at the plate. Jarrett's pitch is popped up on the infield. Pitcher over to get it to his left. That is Jarrett with the putout. So two away. Pop out one on the scorecard, 2 outs. Runners hold, and the batter is Shane Layton, the first baseman, hitting fifth. Trying to deliver with 2 on and 2 outs. Jarrett kicks and comes home. That one low for a ball and a good stop by Ethan Butler. One-0. Here the home plate umpire there calling out a strike of the knees, 1-1. Lambie at first, Vecchiola at third. Ground out and a pop out here, the 2 outs in the inning. 1-1 to Layton. Outside 2-1, good stab by Butler. One from Jarrett. Swing and a miss, 2-2. Ball gets away from Butler. Lambie thinks about it, but he will stay at first. Vecchiola at third. Now the count is even at 2-2 to Shane Layton. 2-2 on the way from Jarrett. This one fouled off to the backstop towards us. Goes right back to the pitcher. Good at bats this inning by the Blue Jays, looking to capitalize on a couple of singles. Here's the 2-strike pitch. Swing and a miss, but the ball gets back to the backstop, but that's the strikeout to end the inning. 2 stranded. A strikeout, 2 singles, 2 left through half an inning. We head to the bottom of the first. It's the Blue Jays nothing and the Angels coming to bat right here. You're watching and listening to Little League Baseball on the South Union Township Sports Network.
Important for people to know that we represent injured people to the best of our ability, and we've been successful doing that. And I don't say that to have people come to see us because we have been successful. I say that because it's true, and it's important.
Another important aspect is the experience that we have is local experience in the court system in Uniontown, in Washington, in Waynesburg.
Davis & Davis, attorneys at law.
No score as we head to the bottom half of the first. Little League Baseball on the South Union Township Sports Network. Nick Barczyk and Jerry Dupay alongside. Angels, Blue Jays. Blue Jays, no runs on 2 hits in the top of the first. Now to the bottom of the first, the Angels at bat. John Skochalak. The first pitch from Vecchiola in the air to center. Center fielder comes in, makes the catch with one hand. Nice play there, a fly out to the center fielder. That is Eric Townsend, 1 away for the Angels in the home half of the first. The pitcher for the Blue Jays, left-hander Nico Vecchiola. Cleanup hitting pitcher for the Jays. John Skochalak flies out to the center fielder Townsend. Now the batter is the shortstop Carter Rosendale. That one was going to be ball one, but he takes a check swing and he fouls it off 0-1. Carter, Rosendale, Grayson, Jarrett, Grant, Scala, Ethan Butler, C.J. Gesk, Nathan Pegg, Brian Andrews, Ian Hamilton, Jaden Ringer, and Darren Dunn, the lineup for the Angels after Skochalak. And it looked like to me that the ball was fouled off. And the umpires were conferring there. I believe the base umpire said no foul ball. Not sure what Jerry saw or heard there. Swing and a miss. Could have swore that was a foul ball. That was a swing and a miss just now. Vecchiola looks to be all right. The hump on that mound causing some issues even before the game for some pitchers in warm-ups. That one's high. We'll see what the count is here. 2-1. So I guess the first pitch of the at-bat was not fouled off. Hard to believe. 2-1. This one is lined towards the second baseman, past Lambie in the right center for at least one. He'll stop at first. Actually, he's heading for second. Here comes the throw in. He slides. Safe at second. And time called and granted. Good job by Carter Rosendale. Thought about one, but thought, why not? I'll go for second. He slides in safely for a one-out double. And the batter is the pitcher, Grayson Jarrett, as Rosendale stands at second with one away. Stands close to the plate. The pitcher, Jarrett. Here's Vecchiola's pitch. That's a strike of the knees. A couple of hard-hit balls for the Angels. The first two batters, Skochalak and Rosendale. This one fouled off the backstop. Two strikes on the batter. Oh, 2. This one popped up towards the second baseman again on a bounce. Lambie over to first for the out. 4-3 put out there. Lambie over to first. 2 away. And over to third goes Rosendale. Jarrett does his job there, moving the runner over. 2 outs, runner at third for Grant Scala. Number 10, left fielder, right-handed batter. Hitting cleanup for the Halos. 1-0. Stands towards the back of the batter's box. 1-0 from Vecchiola. Is grounded left side towards the third baseman who went the other way. Shortstop fields it, but not in time. A run will score. Scoring is Rosendale, an RBI single for Scala. It's 1-0 Angels. So a 2-out RBI single. 1-0 Angels. Runner at first, 2 away. And the batter will be catcher Ethan Butler. Hoping to not make the last out of the inning. He has to get that catcher's equipment on for the next inning. Wants to get on base and extend this little rally for the Angels. 0-1. Oh, 1. 1-1. Vecchiola works quickly. The 1-1 is popped up right side. Out of our vantage point, it's going to drop fair. That's a fair ball. Rounding second, heading for third is Scala. And sliding in before he can slide in, he's tagged on the leg there. That's Ethan Butler, who's tagged out, trying to stretch a single into a double. So that's the inning. A run does come home, though. An RBI single for Scala scores Rosendale. 1 left. A run on a couple of hits. We've played 1 to the second. Back after this, it's the Angels 1, Blue Jays nothing on the South Union Township Sports Network.
Esophageal reflux affects 20% of Americans and can lead to heartburn, regurgitation, chest pain, and difficulty swallowing. Reflux is caused by stomach contents passing a faulty valve, and entering the esophagus. Ulcers and precancerous tissue can then form. Offer the latest testing and treatment for reflux disease. SWGI, specialists in digestive health.
Welcome back. Nick Barczyk, Jerry Dupay, an inning down. Little League Baseball. South Union Township Sports Network through 1 to the second. Angels 1, Blue Jays nothing. Angels getting a run on 3 hits last inning. No runs, 2 hits so far for the Blue Jays, and now the Jays will send up Eric Townsend, Evan McGee, and Ryan Kiefover. And on the mound is Grayson Jarrett for the Angels. Infield finishing up their warm-ups. Lights are on here at Beaner Field at Hutchinson on this spring night. Very pleasant night for baseball. Townsend steps in, left-hand batter. Right-hander Jarrett toes the rubber, the kick and the come home to start the second. Low but strike 1. One. Count now even at 1 ball and 1 strike. Jarrett's pitch. Fouled off to the backstop. A mighty cut there by Townsend to make the count 1-2. Townsend steps in. Jarrett's ready, the 1-2. This one grounded foul, the left side off the fence. Still 2 strikes on Eric Townsend, Evan McGee, and Ryan Kiefover to follow. If anyone reaches Evan Vecchiola, will bat for the Jays here in the second. 1-0 Angels. 2-strike pitch. That one's high. Jarrett's 2-2. That one fouled off past the backstop and out of play into, I believe, maybe someone's swimming pool. Hopefully no vehicle was impacted or affected. Member of the Blue Jays off to retrieve that one after looking both ways on the street. 2-strike pitch coming, the 2-2 to Townsend from Jarrett on the way, and this one grounded past the third baseman, past the shortstop in the left, and past the left fielder. Rounding first, heading for second is Townsend. They're yelling 3 of the coaches, but that's a double for Townsend. No way he could have advanced past second. He's aboard to lead off the second. Townsend's at second to lead off the second inning. Now Evan McGee is the batter, the third baseman. Jarrett to McGee. Takes strike 1. Kicking the come home, the 0-1. That one too low, 1-1. Runner breaking for third. Throw down by Butler. Out in front of the base and safely into third is Eric Townsend with nobody out. 90 feet away. Runner at third, nobody out. This one grounded to the first baseman. Nice play by Skochalak. Goes for home, and the play at the plate, he's out. A double play. 3-2 goes the put out. Good job by the Angels defense. A scorcher down to Skochelak, made the play with ease. Throws down to Butler. A great baseball play is right. There's the coaches shout their encouragement. 3-2 double play. 2 outs, nobody on. My kind of baseball there. Breaking from third for home was Townsend. And he's nabbed. Here's Ryan Kiefover. Takes a ball. Now the home plate umpire Sepik wipes off home plate. We're all set to go. 2 outs, nobody on. 1-0 Angels, top of the second. The pitch to Kiefover from Jarrett. Low. 2-0. Outside. Three and 0. No walk so far in this game. Pretty impressive here at the Little League level. As we play here in the top of the second, 2 outs. 3-0 coming to Kiefover. Late swing and a miss. Good cut. 3-1. Evan Vecchiola on deck for the Blue Jays if needed. Three-one. Hardy cut back to the backstop. Foul ball. 3-2. Good battle here between Jarrett and Kiefover. Full count. Oh, and low ball 4. First walk of the ball game either side. A 2-out free pass to Kiefover. Brings up Evan Vecchiola. Two outs for Evan Vecchiola. That one fouled off towards us, and that one narrowly misses a truck driving past, and man, was that a close call. Almost ended up in the bed. But just a foul ball, 0-1. Good cut by Evan Vecchiola, playing right field for the Jays. Oh, and 2. Oh, 2. Up and in, 1-2. Throw down to first, and back in time is Kiefover, holding him on Skochelak, who made that fine defensive play earlier on this inning to begin the 3-2 double play. Two-strike pitch to Kiefover. Now 2-2.
Got it. Infield, first to second. Carter, move in some. Keep moving on the pitch, guys. Come on.
2-2 on the way. Up and in for ball 3. Runner heading down for second. He'll get in standing up. Runner at second, 2 out. 1-0 Angels, top of the second. Full count to Evan Vecchiola. Jared winds and delivers. Up and in, ball 4, and a good job by Vecchiola to work a walk after an 0-2 count. Back-to-back free passes. First and second for Matt Schwartfeger. Call-up player from the Red Sox. First and second, 2 outs in the second. Jarrett's ready. That one misses outside, 1-0.
All right, Grace, come on out right here, kid.
Jarrett's 1-0 delivery is upcoming. Strike one, 1-1. One. Low 2-1. Good stab there by Butler. He's done a good job behind the plate to keep that one off the backstop. Jarrett's offering on the way. Low, and another nice snag by Butler. 3-ball count, 3-1. In danger of loading them up here. Top of the order on deck, and Ethan Koffler. That's a strike. Good pitch to load the count up at 3-2, and a big payoff pitch coming here in the second. Angels up 1-0. The pitch low, but fouled off. Going after it was short figure to foul it off. Keeping the at-bat alive. Pitch. That one swing and a miss, and he did not get a piece of it according to the home plate umpire, so a strikeout to end the inning. And the Blue Jays come away empty, but they strand a couple of walks, a hit, double play, and we have played 1.5 innings to the bottom of the second. It's the Angels 1, Blue Jays 0. Back with this, with the bottom of the second, back with more after this on the South Union Township Sports Network.
At what point did everything change? When did service get taken out of service industries? It's too bad, because people are busy these days. At life, at work, at play. When it comes to your hard-earned money, you want service. Real service. From a person you know and a face you trust. At a bank where changing with the times doesn't mean leaving people behind. We're proud to be a part of your community. We're United Bank, at your service.
We're back for the bottom half of the second. 1-0 Angels leading the Blue Jays. Little League Baseball. The pitch from Vecchiola outside for ball 1 to second baseman C.J. Gesk, followed by Nathan Pegg and Brian Andrews. Anyone reaches, it's Ian Hamilton for the Angels. First inning run for them. This one chopped up the middle towards second. Over to get it Lambie. And Lambie to his right makes the play. A good defensive effort there by Chaz Lambie to retire Gesk. 4-3 on the putout, 1 away. To retire Gesk, and the batter is right fielder Nathan Pegg, number 5. 1 up, 1 down, just like the bottom half of the first for the Blue Jays defensively. 0-1.
Hey, Nate, 2 hands, watch it all the way into the batter.
Pegg in right field for the Angels. On this pleasant night but chilly night for baseball.
That's it.
Low 1-1.
Let's go, Nathan. Come on, kid.
That's a strike of the knees, 1-2 to Pegg. Vecchiola ahead in the count. Here's the pitch. That one loped in there and grounded lightly to second. Lambie over to get it again and makes the play. Another put out. Chaz Lambie over to the first baseman for the Blue Jays. That's Shane Layton for 3 for the second put out of the bottom half of the second. 2 outs for Brian Andrews, third baseman. 2 outs for Andrews. Good eye there. Ball 1. One-0. Is grounded back to the mound and backhanded and knocked away by the pitcher Vecchiola past Lambie, and with 2 outs, Andrews reaches on an infield single. So he's aboard. So Andrews aboard with 2 outs, give him an infield single. The batter now Ian Hamilton, center fielder number 8. See if the Angels can get some 2-out magic just like last inning. This one swing and a miss, 0-1.
Keep it going, bud. We need you.
The 0-1 from Vecchiola. That one misses outside to even the count at 1-1. This one popped up down the right field line and out of play, a foul ball. Giving chase was the first baseman, second baseman, and the right fielder. That one out of play down the line. Just a long strike off the bat of Hamilton. 1-2 now the count. Vecchiola working quickly, gets the ball, kicks and comes home. Off speed inside, 2-2. Jaden Ringer on deck if needed. Here's the pitch. Misses for a ball. The count is full, 3-2. Payoff pitch from Vecchiola. Outside, ball 4 and a 2-out walk to Hamilton. Puts runners at first and second. To bring up Jaden Ringer. You run on contact. That's the message from the Angels base coaches. That one is hit off the backstop, foul 0-1. Low for a ball, 1-1. Good stop by Sevi Vecchiola. The Vecchiolas, the battery here for the Blue Jays. Nico throwing to Sevi. Evan as well out there on the field. Evan Vecchiola. That one outside, 2-1. Second inning. First and second, 2 outs, 1-0 Angels. Looking to add on to the lead. Strike over the heart of the plate. 2 strikes on Ringer. Two offering on the way from Nico. That one low and in for a ball. Full count. Scurrying back to first there is Ian Hamilton. Brian Andrews at second. Payoff pitch coming from Nico Vecchiola. High away, ball 4. Another walk. He walks him loaded. First, second, and third with 2 outs now for last hitter in the Angels lineup, Darren Dunn. Here's the pitch. Dunn, left-hand batter, grounds it foul down the third base line. Little poke down the left side. Angels will be running on contact here with 2 outs and the bases loaded. run on anything. Pitch to Dunn. High and a good snag by Vecchiola. 1-1.
Okay, Darren, come on, kid. Let's go, 4. In, on the crack of the bat. Go. Force, right, 2 outs.
The pitch. Low and in, 2-1. Vecchiola's pitch. Outside. Three and one. Now a big pitch coming with the runner at third. 3-1. Bases loaded. 2 outs. Second inning. Vecchiola's kick in the come home. This one is popped up towards the second baseman, and Lambie makes the play. All 3 putouts applied by the second baseman, Chaz Lambie. Pop out 4 ends the inning. No runs on a hit, 2 walks, 3 stranded, and we've played 2. We head to the third inning after this. Angels 1, Blue Jays nothing. You're watching Little League Baseball on the South Union Township Sports Network.
Creditors calling you day and night? Your debt overwhelms you? Although you may feel that you're in a hopeless situation, Zebley, Mahalev & White can help. We're a full-service local bankruptcy firm that knows what a difficult time this is and what to do to help you get a fresh start. Call Zebley, Mahalev & White today for a free consultation. Your hometown bankruptcy firm. Call us today.
Don't borrow more money until you talk to Zebley, Mahalev & White.
Anemia occurs when one has a low number of blood cells and becomes weak, tired, and pale. Blood loss anemia warrants a careful exam of the digestive tract with traditional GI scopes and sometimes with pill scope technology. Offer the latest diagnostic testing for blood loss anemia. SWGI, specialists in digestive health.
Welcome back on the South Union Township Sports Network. Nick Barczyk and Jerry Dupay. Little League Baseball, top of the third. Angels 1, Blue Jays nothing. Some changes for the Angels defensively. We'll get to those. New pitcher, we'll get to that immediately. The new pitcher, left-hander John Skochalak, flings it in there for ball 1. 1-0 to Ethan Koffler, top of the batting order for the Blue Jays, followed by Sevi Vecchiola and Chaz Lambie. The 1-0 is grounded towards the second baseman. Gesk makes the play over to first, another 4-3 putout. We've seen plenty of those in the game so far tonight. The Gesk to first, 4-3, 1 out. Gesk was still at second. He survived the changes. He's still at second, but moving to center was Jaden Ringer, Darren Dunn on left. Grayson Jarrett was on the mound. Now he's at third. John Skochalak is the new pitcher for the Angels. 1 out for Sevi Vecchiola. Takes a strike, 1-for-1 with a single as Vecchiola catching for the Jays. 1 out, nobody on. This one is grounded up the middle past the diving second baseman Gesk for a base hit. And a 1-out single to center for Vecchiola. He's 2-for-2 with a couple of base knocks. Brings up Chaz Lambie, the second baseman, who's also singled earlier in this game, 1-for-1. A runner at first, 1 away, top of the third. Skochalak fires at home and misses for ball 1. A lot of velocity from the southpaw Skochalak, who started the game at first. Made a fine defensive play to begin a 3-2 double play last inning. Outside 2-0. Throw down out in time.
down, Johnny. Lean in. Get it now, fellas. Nice hit.
Big cut there, comes up emptied as Lambie and down to first. Not in time. Sliding in feet first is Vecchiola.
Catch it first, then tag him, right? 2 balls, 1 strike.
This one fouled off the catcher Butler, who took the brunt of that one. Just a foul ball, and Lambie goes down to talk to his third base coach.
It would have cost him $10 if he would have let that one hit me. So
Yeah, good job by Ethan Butler to stay in there, take the foul ball there. That one avoids hitting the home plate umpire. They're laughing about it now.
1 down.
2 strikes on Lambie.
Or right there. Go no deeper, man. Let's go, guys. Be ready. Come on, baseball ready. Jaden, be ready.
Pitch on the way from Scotchalag. That one's outside. Snap throw down to first. Again, that's the 3rd time this at bat.
Hey, Nathan, I like the way you're moving, bud.
Butler snapped it down to first, not in time. All 3 attempts. Fouled off to the backstop, rolls back to Scotchalag. The pitch. Outside. And that is ball 4. So 1 out walk to Lambie. He's on base for the 2nd time, 1st and 2nd. For Nico Vecchiola, 0 for 1 with a pop out. 1-0 Angels. Well played ball game so far. Top of the 3rd. 1st and 2nd, 1 away. Scotchalag's first inning of work. Misses ball 1.
Bring him down, Johnny. Bend your back a little bit, bud. Good, Johnny. Extend all the way through the zone. You got it.
This one grounded past the 3rd baseman in the left field for a base hit. Holding at 3rd is Vecchiola. That was a hard rocket down past the 3rd baseman of the hot corner. They call that for a reason. Too hot to handle, and a base hit for Vecchiola. Loads the bases with 1 out for Shane Layton.
It's 1 out, guys. Let's go.
Late number 5 hitter, first baseman. Big moment in this ball game. Scotchalag's pitch. That one grounded to the first baseman. A fair ball. Stopped by the first baseman. Steps on the bag for the out. A run will score to tie the game. Layton drives home Sevi Vecchiola. It's 1-1. Good play there by the new first baseman, Ian Hamilton. Seen a couple of fine plays by the Angels at first.
Hey, guys. Plays it first. 2 outs.
So 2nd and 3rd, 2 outs, 1-1. The batter is Eric Townsend. Fouled off the handle of the bat.
Grayson and Carter, be ready.
That one doesn't sting as much with the batting gloves Townsend has on. A chilly night for baseball. Beautiful night, though. No threat of rain. Kick in the 0-1. That one grounded past the pitcher to the shortstop, who will make the play in time. 6-3. Good job by Rosendale over to first. And Hamilton 6-3, and there go the Angels, but not before they score a run on a couple of hits, a walk, 2 left, through 2.5 to the bottom of the 3rd. Angels 1, Blue Jays 1. We'll be back with the bottom half of the 3rd on the South Union Township Sports Network.
The Fayette Furnace Company, established in 1920 with over 100 years of combined experience in the industry. They are employee-owned and operated. They take pride in solving your home heating and air conditioning needs. They are the area's oldest and most reliable HVAC contractor. They specialize in creating quality energy-saving comfort for your home by using the most advanced technology in the industry. Along with the Carrier Corporation, Fayette Furnace can put together a system to improve your comfort, save you money on energy consumption, and improve any deficiencies in your existing system. They specialize in green speed inverter technology and split systems, ductless split units, zoning, radiant heat, boilers, hot water tanks, tankless water heaters, and many more applications. Call the Fayette Furnace Company today at 724-438-5400. That's 724-438-5400. Ask for Mike to schedule a free consultation.
Welcome back, bottom half of the third inning. Nick Barczyk, Jerry Dupay. Jerry, that train whistle right on time tonight. Bottom of the third, 1-1. Oh my, small town life. Here's the pitch from Lambie. Swing and a miss to John Skochalak. Jerry and I laughing here as the train goes through town here in Hutchinson. Beautiful Hopwood, Pennsylvania. Grounder to second, over to his right to make the play, but not in time. John Skochalak is aboard with an infield single, using his speed to get down to first. Second baseman there for the Jays did all he could. That is Layton. But an infield single for Skochalak. He's aboard, no outs for Carter Rosendale. New pitcher as well for the Blue Jays, Chaz Lambie, down to short. Shortstop to second. That one gets away from the second baseman covering and heading down to third is Skochalak. We have runners at first and third, nobody out. So the shortstop did all he could trying to get the lead runner, but not to be. First and third, no outs. 1-1 game in the third. Grayson Jarrett coming up, third baseman. Start of the game on the mound. Chaz Lambie, the new pitcher for the Blue Jays, right-hander number 8. Layton moves to second. Other changes. Evan Vecchiola at third. Nico Vecchiola at first. And as mentioned, Shane Layton at second. Keefe over and right. Rosendale takes second. Second and third. Strike call to Jarrett. As that whistle goes off again and again. Sounds like the Gateway Clipper. That one is popped up the middle, and scoring will be Skochalak. Rounding third, heading for home is Rosendale. That's a 2-run knock for Grayson Jarrett to give the Angels a 3-1 lead here in the third. So a 2-run single for Grayson Jarrett. Rosendale and Skochalak plated. Grand Scala at the plate. This one popped up towards the third baseman. Will drop fair. Stopping at second is Jarrett, and a single for Scala. Great way to start the third for the Angels. With 3 hits, a fielder's choice. Ethan Butler to the dish. Lambie's pitch to Butler. That one chopped foul off the backstop. We now have a line of cars that are waiting for the train to pass. Sorry, folks. First and second, no outs, 3-1. Here's the pitch. This one grounded past the pitcher to second. Layton has it over to first for the routine 4-3 putout. Ground ball to the right side advances the runners. 1 out, second and third. To bring up C.J. Gesk. And before Gesk comes up, he has a word with the first base coach. See if Gesk lays one down. He does square, and he takes a ball. Thinking bunt for sure. Second and third, 1 away. Angels up 2, 3-1 in the third. A 2-run hit for Jarrett. Now he swings away and he grounds it back to Lambie. We have a rundown maybe here, but they run him back to third, and the throw to third, he's safely in there. So a good play to nab that ball by Lambie, but now we have the bases loaded, 1 out. As Gesk will reach on a fielder's choice. So bases loaded, 1 out for Nathan Pegg. Pegg grounded out to second his first time. Kicking the come home, Lambie takes a ball. Runners are stuck on their bases until the ball is put in play. Lambie out of the stretch. Come set. Late swing and a foul. Angels can really break the game open here in the third with a base hit off the bat of Pegg. Brian Andrews on deck, had a single his first time. Good pitch there for a strike. Strike 3 called, and down go the Angels there. Nathan Pegg for the second out. First time an Angel has struck out in this ball game as I scan through the scorecard. Hard to believe, but Nathan Pegg goes down looking. 0 for 2, second out of the inning. Now bases loaded, 2 outs for Brian Andrews, and we'll have a pinch runner here. Jarrett comes out, and coming in will be a Nathan Pegg, who just went down on strikes. He will go to third to run for Jarrett. Outside corner, but strike 1 to Brian Andrews. Lambie's pitch. This one is fouled off down the right field line, out of play. Lambie comes set, the kick and the come home. That one low, and a great stab there by catcher Sevi Vecchiola. Kicking the pitch, this one a slow roller towards the mound, and the easy play there. Good job by Lambie to throw over to Vecchiola. 1-2 goes the fielder's choice to retire the side, but the Angels do get 2 runs in the inning and now lead the Blue Jays 3-1. We head to the fourth after this. You're watching Little League Baseball on the South Union Township Sports Network.
You don't have to travel to Pittsburgh to get good representation. We've been doing it since 1976. We've been successful. We can help you right here at home.
We know the nuances of the of the legal system in Uniontown in Fayette County. We know the nuances of the legal system in Waynesburg and in Washington.
We know the system. We know where the courthouse is, and we know where to park. And at our office, you can park for free.
Davis and Davis, attorneys at law.
Colon cancer is the second leading cause of cancer deaths. Signs include abdominal pain and rectal bleeding. Colon cancer develops from a degenerating benign growth or polyp. Doctors performing colonoscopy are able to remove precancerous polyps, thus preventing colon cancer. This saves lives, and the American Cancer Society now recommends that everyone have a colonoscopy every 10 years, beginning at age 50. Offer the latest diagnostic testing. SWGI, specialists in digestive health.
And welcome back on the South Union Township Sports Network. Nick Barczyk and Jerry Dupay alongside. And we have Little League Baseball as we head to the top of the fourth. 3-1 Angels lead the Blue Jays. That one fouled off. The batter is Evan McGee. On the mound still for a second inning of work is John Skochalak. The kick and the pitch, that one just missed off the plate to McGee. 0 for 1 with a ground down. Ryan Kiefover, Evan Vecchiola to follow. Angels up 3-1 here in the fourth, and the pitch. This one is a Baltimore chop to short. Great play by the shortstop. Over to first for the out. What a play defensively there by the Angels shortstop, and that is number 1, Carter Rosendale, to retire the side. To retire the batter, really. 6-3. McGee's 0 for 2, 1 out. And now up to the plate is Ryan Kiefover with a walk. Pitch to Kiefover is high for a ball. Check swing, he didn't go around. Outside. That's a strike. Two one to Kiefover. That's a strike. 2-2. Here's the pitch. Strike 3 call to the knees. Down goes Kiefover, and a good pitch by Skochalak to retire the second batter. 2 outs in the fourth. 2 up, 2 down for Evan Vecchiola. Vecchiola walked his first time. Good at bad, was down 0-2, then came back to walk. Takes a ball outside from Skochalak. Here's the pitch. Cut and a miss. 1-1. Inside. But a strike called there late. 1-2. That one just caught the inside corner. That one on the black. High and away, 2-2. Strike 3 called, and a good quick inning for John Skochalak. The first 1-2-3 inning of the night for either side. 3 up, 3 down, none left. 2 strikeouts looking in a ground out. We head to the bottom of the fourth. It's the Angels on top of the Blue Jays, 3-1. You are watching Little League Baseball on the South Union Township Sports Network.
At what point did everything change? When did service get taken out of service industries? It's too bad, because people are busy these days. At life, at work, at play. When it comes to your hard-earned money, you want service. Real service. from a person you know and a face you trust. At a bank where changing with the times doesn't mean leaving people behind. We're proud to be a part of your community. We're United Bank, at your service.
Welcome back. Nick Barczyk, Jerry Dupay on the South Union Township Sports Network. The Little League Baseball moving along here as we head to the bottom half of the fourth. Blue Jays, Angels. Angels up 3-1. And they look to add on to their lead here. Now batting Ian Hamilton to lead off the inning. Takes a strike from Chaz Lambie. Defensive change for the Jays. Evan McGee now at third. So he moves into the third base position, does McGee. That's a ball, 1-1. Hamilton, Ringer, and Dunn. Anyone reaches, top of the order in Skochalak, who pitched a 1-2-3 inning for the Angels in the top half of the fourth, striking out 2. Blue Jays getting a run in the third. 3 in the game so far for the Angels, 1 in the first and 2 in the third. Swing and a miss there, 2-2 to Hamilton. Lambie's pitch. Big cut and a miss, and that is strike 3. Down goes Hamilton. 1 away for the Blue Jays defensively. And the Angels will send up Jaden Ringer, who walked his first time, number 3. 1 out. Lambie. Strike 1. Pelting the strike zone there with his fastball. 0-1 coming. 1-1. 8 men came to the plate last inning for the Angels. Vecchiola's good to go behind home plate. Here's the kick and the pitch from Lambie. This one is grounded towards second. Second baseman over to his left can't get there, and that's a base hit with 1 out for Jaden Ringer. Throw to first, he's back in time. 1 out single. Brings up Darren Dunn. Left-hand batting Dunn. 0-1. One of the few left-handed batters in either lineup. One from Lambie. This one is grounded just fair down the line. It hits the bag. Third baseman has trouble handling it after it hits the bag, and that is a single. As fair can be. That one just hugging the line and then hit the bag. So a single on the infield for Dunn. Down to second goes Ringer. 2 on, 1 out for the top of the order. John Skochalak, another left-handed batter. 1 for 2 with a single and a run. Scored back in the third. Big cut and a miss, 0-1. Good off-speed pitch there from Lambie. Skochalak is down 0-1. Grounds this one towards short. Past the shortstop in the left, and rounding third, heading for home is Ringer. The throw comes in, cut off by Lambie. Throw down to second, and safe at second is Darren Dunn. Jaden Ringer scores, and it's now 4-1 Angels. Here in the fourth, they had a run. Skochalak stops at first and leads now at 3. First and second, 1 out. 4-1. Scoreboard doesn't have it yet, but we have it. There we go. Rosendale chops this one to short. Good play by the shortstop over to second for the force there. Fielder's choice 6-4. 2 outs. Down to third goes Dunn. Rosendale reaches first. 6-4 put out. 2 outs for Jarrett. 2-run single and a ground out. Jarrett 1 for 2. Began the game on the mound for the Angels. I guess he would get the win if the Angels hold on. Of Of course, he didn't go 5 innings, but we'll give him the win. So scooting down to second there is Rosendale, second and third. This one is grounded. That's a fair ball down the line. Into the corner, scoring is done. Rosendale will score. Rounding second, heading for third is Jarrett. He will score standing up. Throw comes in late, and a 2-run triple for Grayson Jarrett that really blows it open. 2 runs come home at 6-1 Angels. Big hit there from Grayson Jarrett, just fair down that first base line. 2-run triple. So 2 outs, runner at third. Grant Scala, the batter. He's had a good day, 2 for 2, couple of singles and an RBI. Inside, brush back. 2-0. This one grounded towards second. Layton has it over to first. And that's the inning, a 4-3 putout. And a runner stranded, but the Angels add 2 on. 3, actually. They get 3 in the inning. Strand a man. A couple of big hits for Scotchlack and Jarrett. Angels played 3. We've played 4. 5th inning coming up after this. Angels 6, Blue Jays 1. You're watching Little League Baseball right here on the South Union Township Sports Network.
Just sit right down and you hear a tale of a fateful call. You better pay those bills right now or you take a mighty fall. He really didn't know what to do, so he turned to those who did. Zeppeli, Mahalev, and White, your bankruptcy crew. Your bankruptcy crew. So no matter how deep in debt you are, if your back's against the wall, Zeppeli, Mahalev, and White, just give them a call.
Welcome back, top half of the 5th. Little League, Welcome back, top half of the 5th. Little League Baseball on the South Union Township Sports Network. Nick and Jerry with you, and we have Angels Blue Jays action here on this spring evening. A little chilly out here. Don't have my jacket with me. Jerry does. He's all set to go. One of those nights where you can see your own breath. Even here in May. 6-1, the Angels on top of the Blue Jays. Top of the 5th, Scotchlack's pitch to short figure is low. Short figure, then Koffler and Vecchiola. Anyone reaches Chaz Lambie, that's Sevi Vecchiola. That's a strike of the knees. Scotchlack to short figure. Angels up 5 here in the 5th inning. Scotchlack kicks and comes home, swing and a miss. 2-2 on short figure. Call up from the Red Sox, DHing for the Blue Jays tonight. This one grounded. Nice stop by the pitcher. Gets up, throws to first, makes the play. What a play, getting his shirt dirty and his pants dirty there is John Scotchlack. Getting congratulations from his teammates on the infield. A hard-earned 1-3 out there. 1 away for Ethan Koffler. So for 2 with a couple of groundouts. Well-played game so far, both sides. Good defense. Scotchelak's played a really good game defensively, both at first and on the mound. And has pitched a good game, too, has a couple of hits. As the Angels' leadoff batter can really fling it in there, though, as well with the left hand. Southpaw kind of sidearms it back towards us. Out of play. Rolls down the street there. Another vehicle is able to escape. This one grounded. This time Scotchelak to his right makes the play. Good defense this inning by John Scotchelak. Getting off the mound this time, stays on his feet to his right. Another 1-3 put out, 2 away. Brings up Sevi Vecchiola. Vecchiola 2 for 2, couple of hits and a run. Scotchelak to Sevi, outside ball 1. Pitch. Good cut, but comes up empty, 1-1. This one grounded to short. Shortstop Rosendale makes the play over to first to retire the side. A good 1-2-3 inning. A couple of comebackers to the pitcher. A ground out to short ends the inning. 3 up, 3 down. Through 4.5, we head to the bottom of the 5th. It's the Angels 6, the Blue Jays 1. Back after this. You are watching and listening Little League Baseball on the South Union Township Sports Network.
Davis and Davis, helping the injured.
If you're injured in an accident, after you address the medical problems, you're going to be faced with numerous questions concerning who's going to pay your medical bills, your property damage, the wages that you might be losing if you can't go to work. These are things that you need counsel for.
That your income is protected, that your bills are paid, that your family's taken care of. We've been doing this since 1976. We've helped injured people. We can help you.
Davis and Davis, attorneys at law.
The Fayette Furnace Company, established in 1920 with over 100 years of combined experience in the industry. They are employee-owned and operated. They take pride in solving your home heating and air conditioning needs. They are the area's oldest and most reliable HVAC contractor. They specialize in creating quality energy-saving comfort for your home by using the most advanced technology in the industry. Along with the Carrier Corporation, Fayette Furnace can put together a system to improve your comfort, save you money on energy consumption, and improve any deficiencies in your existing system. They specialize in green speed inverter technology and split systems, ductless split units, zoning, radiant heat, boilers, hot water tanks, tankless water heaters, and many more applications. Call the Fayette Furnace Company today at 724-438-5400. That's 724-438-5400. Ask for Mike to schedule a free consultation.
Southwestern Endoscopy Center is a state-licensed and Medicare-certified facility and emphasizes privacy, comfort, caring, and safety. For colonoscopies and upper GI endoscopies, painless procedures are done with twilight sedation given by a board-certified anesthesiologist. The center accepts most insurance plans and is staffed by Drs. Ruthhart, Calabrese, Stokes, SWGI, specialists in digestive health.
Welcome back on the South Union Township Sports Network. Nick Barczyk, Jerry Dupay, Little League Baseball. Good pace to this game. Angels up 6-1 over the Blue Jays as we play into the bottom half of the 5th inning of this 7-inning affair. Angels trying to add on, and what they hope will be their next to last at bat. New pitcher for the Blue Jays. He'll be throwing to Ethan Butler, C.J. Gesk, and Nathan Pegg. Brian Andrews, if anyone reaches. Kicking to come home. That one's low for a ball. And the new pitcher is Ethan Koffler for the Blue Jays. Koffler's kicking to come home. That one's low. So Koffler on the mound looking to put up a 0. Blue Jays will have a few more bats, at least 2 more. Butler has caught the whole game for the Angels as a single. Strike called, lower part of the strike zone. 3-1. Ball 4. Leadoff walk to Butler. Ethan Koffler walks Ethan Butler. And the batter is C.J. Gesk. C.J. is reached via fielder's choice. Kick in the pitch from Koffler. To the backstop and heading down for second is Butler. He gets there standing up. He's in scoring position with no out. Pitch. Cut and a miss. We're okay. Gigantic bug, maybe the biggest one I've ever seen, landed on my shirt there and didn't want to leave, but we're okay, Jerry. Throw down to third, close play, he's out! Out at third is Butler, a great play by the backstop there. Eric Townsend, that's his first inning of work behind the plate, replacing Sevi Vecchiola. Good play by Eric Townsend down to McGee. That's a 2-5 caught stealing. 1 out, bases clear. Pitch to Gesk is outside. So outside there on that pitch, working very quickly. We like that. Is Koffler, fouled off by Gesk. This one is chopped towards second and past the second baseman, a right field, a base hit. Running down the line and settling on a single is Gesk. He's aboard with 1 out for Nathan Pegg.
It's all right, I still love you, time.
Timeout. Have to make sure those shoelaces are knotted up when you run on the base paths. Everyone having some fun on this chilly spring night, especially if you're not wearing a jacket like me. It's chilly. Chilly Billy, that's right, Jerry. That's right, that's right. Chilly Billy and Porky. That one is going to be foul down the first base line, you Chilly Billy. Yeah, that's right. Just lost Chilly Billy not too long ago, unfortunately. What a character. What a legend. WPXI. Saturday nights. Now the pitch from Koffler. Big cut and a miss there on a high pitch. Going after that one. Kicking the pitch. That one low after the last one was too high, and down to second standing up is Gesk. Dancing off the bag. Of course, Butler was just thrown out trying to steal third. See what Gesk decides to do. Some more bugs attack me. Here's Koffler. That one low. Kick in the pitch. Low, good snag by Townsend. Good inning so far for him behind the plate, replacing Sevi Vecchiola, who's now in the outfield. That one misses, comes up and hits the mask of Townsend. That's ball 4. Now first and second, one away. Townsend's all right. Brings up big hitting Brian Andrews. Singled his first time up, grounded out his last time. Low ball 1. That one too tall, even for the tall Andrews. 2-0 from Koffler. 3-0. Another good snag by Townsend. 3-0. See what he does. Takes, and he should, and he does, and it's ball 4. Another walk. Bases loaded, 1 out. Angels can really put this one away, already up 5. It's 6-1 in the 5th. They're loaded for Ian Hamilton, who walked his last time. And we'll have a meeting on the mound between Todd Vecchiola and Ethan Koffler. Todd, one of the coaches for the Blue Jays, will have a pitching change, and we will take a timeout and come back. Bases loaded, 1 out, bottom of the 5th. Angels batting up 6-1 over the Blue Jays. Back with more after this on the South Union Township Sports Network.
At what point did everything change? When did service get taken out of service industries? It's too bad, because people are busy these days. At life, at work, at play. When it comes to your hard-earned money, you want service. Real service. From a person you know and a face you trust. At a bank where changing with the times doesn't mean leaving people behind. We're proud to be a part of your community. We're United Bank, at your service.
New pitcher is Shane Layton for the Jays against Ian Hamilton, the batter. 0-1, bases loaded, 1 out. 6-1 Angels here in the 5th. So Layton comes in to relieve Koffler. Oh, 2. Angels already up big, looking to pad their lead here in the later stages of this ball game. Jays want to put up a 0. This one popped up, foul off the backstop. Pitch. That one misses. Kick and the come home. Inside. 2-2 on the batter. This one line into right field. Right fielder coming on, gets past him for a base hit. This will plate at least 2. Coming home to score is Gesk. Also scoring is Pegg. He rounds third. Holding at third is Andrews. That's a 2-run base hit for Ian Hamilton, who ends up at second base. And we have an 8-1 ball game. That could be the dagger there. A liner to right field off the bat of Ian Hamilton. Plates 2. Now second and third, one out. Angels up 8-1. This one grounded towards short. Shortstop makes the play, bobbles it. And reaching will be Jaden Ringer. Infield single. Shortstop charge there, but couldn't hold on to the ball, and that's an infield hit for Ringer. Loading the bases once again with one out for Darren Dunn. Dunn reached on a single and scored and popped out. Fouled off. 3 runs coming home so far this inning for the Halos. One and one to the batter, Darren Dunn. Top of the order on deck, John Skochalak. Fouled off to the left. Into the roadway there out of play. One and two to Darren Dunn, left-hand hitting batter. The pitch, swing and a miss. And he's down on strikes, 2 outs. For the top of the order, John Skochalak. Skochalak, a busy day defensively and at the plate. Was a pitcher for the Angels for a couple of innings. He's reached base twice. This one grounded towards first, a fair ball, knocked down and gloved by Vecchiola, who steps on the bag to make the play to retire the side. And there go the Angels in the 5th, but not before they score 3 runs, stranding 3 on a bunch of hits. We head to the 6th. It is 8-1 Angels leading the Blue Jays. Back with more after this. Watching Little League Baseball on the South Union Township Sports Network.
Davis and Davis, helping the injured.
If you're injured in an accident, after you address the medical problems, you're going to be faced with numerous questions concerning who's going to pay your medical bills, your property damage, the wages that you might be losing if you can't go to work. These are things that you need counsel for.
That your income is protected, that your bills are paid, that your family's taken care of. We've been doing this since 1976. We've helped injured people. We can help you.
Davis and Davis, attorneys at law.
Welcome back. South Union Township Sports Network coverage of Little League Baseball. Beaner Field here in Hutchinson. Nick Barczyk and Jerry Dupay. Top half of the 6th. 8-1 Angels on top of the Blue Jays as we play here in the 6th. Chaz Lambie will bat. New pitcher for the Angels. It is number 1, Carter Rosendale, who was at shortstop. Now he comes in to pitch. Hard throwing right-hander. And the first batter is Chaz Lambie. 1 for 1 with a single and a walk, his 3rd time at the plate. Angels kept the Blue Jays intact for most of this game and only allowing, 5 hits and 1 run. Here's the pitch. That's a strike. Lambie followed by Nico Vecchiola and Shane Layton. Anyone reaches Eric Townsend. 0-1 from Rosendale to Lambie. Swing and a miss, 0-2, and Rosendale coming in with that closer's mentality, I think, trying to nail down the last 3 outs. 0-2 to Lambie. Swing and a miss, strike 3, and Rosendale with easy work there. Strikes out Lambie on 3 pitches, 1 out. For Nico Vecchiola, 1 for 2 with a single. This one is lined to center field on a hop. Center fielder will grab it quickly into second baseman Gaskin. A single with one out for Nico Vecchiola. One out single. Nico's aboard for the second time. Shane Layton comes up as an RBI ground out in this game. This one is lined to right field. That'll drop for a base hit. Heading to second is Vecchiola. He rounds second, heads for third. Throw comes in. Second baseman has it. Cut off by now the shortstop Gesk, who moved to short this past inning. And Vecchiola ends up at third. One out single to right for Layton. So a couple of base hits for the Blue Jays brings up Eric Townsend, catcher, with a double in this game. Now 7 hits by my count for the Blue Jays. Misses outside, heading down to second is Layton. He'll stand up. Now 2 in scoring position. That one low and snagged by the catcher. Good stop by the Angels backstop. Fouled off to the left.
All right, Carter, come on, kid. 1 strike.
2-1 to Townsend. Evan McGee to follow on deck. Kicking the come home, the hard-throwing Rosendale. That one is chopped foul. That one high. Kind of hard to see the strike call. I thought he was calling strike, and I think he stopped halfway. Anywho, here's the pitch. That one outside for a ball.
That's what it was. He looked over.
Giving Doug Sepik a hard time there, the home plate umpire. That's ball 4 to Townsend. Bases loaded, 1 out for Evan McGee. We'll have a pinch runner here, from what I can hear from the Blue Jays dugout. No, I thought he said pinch runner. Yep, there will be. Lambie will run for Townsend because Townsend is the catcher. Now that's taken care of. Here's Evan McGee.
Hey, guys, closest base. Dunny, just knock it down.
Closest base, that's right. Bases loaded, 1 out. Angels up 8-1 in the 6th. Scored 1 in the first, 2 in the third, 3 in the fourth, and 3 in the fifth. Outside.
Hey, slow it down. Take a nice deep breath. Slow it down.
That one outside. Oh, that one a hard shot off the mask there of the home plate umpire Sepik. He's okay, smiling like a butcher's dog. Let's go, Pens. Bases loaded, 1 out. Here's McGee. He takes a ball low. That's ball 4. And the Blue Jays will get a run out of that to make it 8-2. That's the easiest RBI McGee can possibly get. Scoring Nico Vecchiola 8-2. Bases still loaded, 2 outs for Ryan Kiefover. 0 for 1 with a strikeout.
Let's come back right here at this batter. You got it.
Low for ball 1. 1 low.
Hey, Donnie, I want you to play this hole a little bit more closer to first. Cut down this gap. CJ, get ready. Hustle up. Do this.
The Angels still giving their team instructions. The coach is here with a big 8-2 lead. Kiefover takes a strike there. Pitch. This one is lined down the line, out of play. A hard hit shot down the right field line. Reaches the seats. Mad scramble for the foul ball. And they throw it back. Pitch. This one grounded to second. Second baseman makes the play to his left. On to first to retire the batter. Kiefover, good play there. 4-3. 2 outs. A runner does score to make it 8-3. Layton scores. And now the base is still loaded. Check that, second and third. That's what I thought. Kiefover was just waiting around at first. Now he comes off. Second and third, 2 outs, 8-3 ball game. The batter is Evan Vecchiola. Good play there, by the way, to second baseman. And that is Darren Dunn, the new second baseman. My defensive sheet looks like someone bled all over it. Oh, the changes I've made with my red and blue pen. A lot of defensive changes in this ball game. Swinging a miss, Vecchiola. Takes a big cut. 0-2. Here's the pitch coming to Vecchiola from Rosendale. That one's high. Strike 3 called, and down looking goes Vecchiola. And that is our ball game. Yes, it is. So the Angels put up a big offensive showing and win 8-3. Couple of runs there in the 6th by the Blue Jays to no avail. Your final score, Angels 8, Blue Jays 3. Little League Baseball right here on the South Union Township Sports Network. Nick Barczyk and Jerry Dupay signing off. Tonight's game was brought to you as a joint cooperative venture featuring Township Supervisors Bob Schiffbauer, Rick Vernon, and Jason Scott, Atlantic Broadband, Armstrong Cable, and our friends at CUTV, Gary Smith, and their fine staff. I'm Nick Barczyk along with Jerry Dupay. Thanks as always for watching and listening. This has been a South Union Township Sports Network presentation from Beaner Field and Hutchinson. Little League Baseball, the final score, the Angels 8, the Blue Jays 3. So long, everybody, on the South Union Township Sports Network.